Kagame photo was AI generated. Says only used AI to improve picture quality. Hey, yeah, nobody for the whole of presidency if you get better phone. Even that my small palasa phone, that small palasa phone what they use said get better camera. None of them get big phone will get better camera. They said because now phone they use platform. Are you kidding me? So nobody for presidency team fit get camera whether they use waka. And with all the phones, then we plenty. We be say some phones their picture quality better pass camera quality safe. Nobody for presidency, we follow president, they use better camera. Omoye, if nothing shocks you in Nigeria, nothing will shock you again. Terrorists attack Katsina community, abduct 20 residents in night raid despite peace deals. In case you don't understand, Katsina community, that is community for inside the former president Muhammadu Buhari states. They will get peace deal with terrorists. Let's have an understanding so that you people will stop attacking us. Let's negotiate. As Shigumi, talk, may they negotiate. After the negotiation and understanding, they still enter the community. They don't map 20 residents from inside the community and they seek for ransom, obviously. And then explosive devices planted by Boko Haram kill 9 Nigerian soldiers, injure several in Borno State. Kai, our gallant soldiers, 9 of them don't die because of Boko Haram. Oh, this one pay no, may their souls rest in peace. And then Nigerian soldier who married 8 months ago, among those killed by Boko Haram explosives in Borno State. Just 8 months ago, now he married. Oh, hell. Sheikh refutes viral video alleging he was targeted by US airstrikes. Okay. Right? And then terrorists kidnap at least 4 in Isanlu Isin, Omoye Road in Kwara State. And I'm left with only the clothes I wore. Survivor recounts Niger State terror attack that killed over 40. Nigerian activist calls Trump a dictator. Once, if US can invade Venezuela, they can invade Nigeria. So make gonna want more. Make you not carry that invasion, invade rich Nigeria. Make you just stop them for that in American states the way they did there. Make you not even near them for inside Nigeria at all. Nigeria ranked 5th best English-speaking country in Africa, 29th globally. And then make we move on. And then Nigerian police officers caught demanding 50,000 naira bribe at Anambra checkpoint over tinted glass permit. You don't get tinted glass, I bring 50K now. Forgive me. UN Chief Guterres at emergency meeting warns of escalating crisis in Venezuela. And then Trump says over 33% of Nigerian immigrants in the US depend on public benefits. So they say Nigerians plenty where they depend on public benefits. And they don't tire to pay public. They don't tire. And Yahaya Bello remains innocent until proven guilty. Yeah. But other people remain guilty until proven innocent. EFCC, I didn't talk this one. Okay, but we'll go straight. Tinubu's tax law, an act of terrorism, forgery, robbery, and then Shehu Magdi, they insist this one. One police will destroy households, and that the policy rather would destroy households. Terrorists re-abduct some Papiri school students during fatal Niger State attack. Over these 40 people they killed, that some of the Papiri students are going to be released after they don't re-abduct them again. I'm not guilty of cocaine trafficking. Trump kidnapped me. Maduro, I don't talk so for inside US court. Not guilty with a bribe. Colombian President Petro vows to take up arms amid Trump's invasion threats. And then IED blasts kills 6 soldiers in Borno convoy attack. And gunmen touch police headquarters in Borgu days after Kashuwan Daji market killings. And we also hear that FCT cancel polls, INEC promises justice as LP protest exclusion of candidates in ballot. But before we go, maybe we just knock you one more. UK introduces powers to seize phones, SIM cards from illegal migrants. If you be illegal migrant for inside UK, they say UK get the rights to seize your phones, so that they could freeze and do any tracking the way we say they won't do. And for AFCON update, 2025 Super Eagles trash Mozambique to qualify for quarterfinals of the game. All right, to all this and more, Matana Ibiso bring common at this evening. Thank you so much for joining us and welcome to the show. Good evening. The show 9 minutes. I hope we begin break down the matter that one by follow. And what other way to start? But to start with, waiting get to do with Oga Wiki matter today. Chapali, we will begin with you as he gets to do with Wiki this evening. So, Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wiki, he don't issue a stern and serious bombastic warning to Senator Ajibola Bashiru, cautioning him against interfering in River State politics, following his public comments in support of Governor Siminalayi Fubara. Now, Wike delivered the warning while addressing supporters in Oyibo local government area of River State, declaring the state of off limits to political actors he described as outsiders. Say, make outsiders no put mouth. But you from your state, go put mouth for another person's state, go put Zodema state, will cause trouble. You know the outsider. Are you a citizen of Imo State? That's how people talk. So, reacting to Bashiru's remarks, the former Rivers State governor warned against taking the support of Rivers leaders for President Bola Tinubu for granted. He be like, say, they take the support of all of us for Rivers State to support President Tinubu, and they take her for granted. No, they try also. Now, don't take our support for President Tinubu for granted. You have to be very careful with the statements you make, Wike said. In a strongly worded statement, the minister declared Rivers a political no-go area, warning that anyone who attempts to interfere should be prepared for the consequences. If you put your hand, fire will burn you. Now, when Mr. President comes back, when I see the Minister of the Economy, I will tell them to tell him, if you carry your hand to River State, if your hand burns, don't say na me. Don't say na me, burn. Then, and Wike said, I can challenge anybody. This state is a no-go area, whether you like it or not. Go and ask those who have tried it before. You open your mouth to talk about River State, anything you see, you take it. Now, the minister accused unnamed political figures of making unnecessary noise about Rivers politics and wants them to focus on their own affairs, to take the one you have taken. So take the one you have taken. Stop making unnecessary noise. He stated. The Senator Bashiru had earlier made comments backing Governor Fubara and made ongoing political tension in the state. And not just Senator Bashiru, the APC chairman himself, you watched that, also made comments when he supported Fubara. In fact, saying that in all the states, the governors of their states named the leaders of the party. This is this now, as Wike and Fubara, they talk about who be 001 and who not be 001. Fubara saying the 001, Wike said nothing like 001. But Wike, when you were governor, you were 001 now. So why you don't want another person to be 001? First of all, let's take a listen to what the APC chairman had said in an interview with Channel Television about that.
One state in particular, Rivers State, who is the head of the All Progressives Congress in Rivers State.
In all the states, we have the state governors. They lead the parties in their own respective states. And in APC, we give that privilege to the governors. But at the same time, we normally ask the governors where we have leaders at national level and to respect inclusion. Inclusion in all the states. You being the leader doesn't mean that you now disfranchise people who are within the state. So we give that room for inclusion. Just like I'm the, more or less like a coordinator. For example, as national chairman of the party, I only coordinate what's happening at the local government, at the state levels.
So just so we're clear.
So the same thing, yes.
Just so we're clear, in Rivers State,
yes.
The leader
yes.
of the All Progressives Congress in Rivers State is Governor Siminalayi Fubara.
Yes, but he will need to coordinate with every other person in the state.
What about the statements recently attributed to Minister Nyesom Wike? And one of the things that he said is that the fact that you're singing on your mandate, we shall stand as a governor, does not guarantee a second term in office. If Siminalayi Fubara wants to run for a second term in office, will you, as national chairman of the party, be behind his second term election bid if he wants that?
I'm not the person to choose people in the primary election. Everybody undergoes primary election. If Siminalayi emerges as a candidate of APC in Rivers State, I'll stand by him. But if any other person emerges as the candidate of APC in Rivers State, I'll go with him. I go with candidates, not individuals. He will be like any other person. He will go to primary election like any other person. All governors go for primary election. Recall we did primary election in Ekiti election, in Ekiti State. And the governor contested with other people. And he emerged as the candidate of the APC. Even when he came to submit their forms in the party office, But the students are paying, all of them. I had to go and submit their forms. The governor went and submitted his form like another person. But after he emerged as a candidate of APC Ekiti State, took over. I took over at the point of the person becoming a candidate of the party, not at the point of having him as an aspirant. So when Sim picks a form, he'll be an aspirant. If he emerges as a candidate, I'll support him. If he loses, I'll sympathize with him and go with the person that wins the primary election.
Let's talk about the influence of Minister Nyesom Wike in Rivers State, because that's a big conversation that's going on right now. He's not a member of the All Progressives Congress. In fact, we spoke recently with Honorable Farouk Aliyu, one of the leaders in the CPC bloc of the All Progressives Congress, of which you are national chairman.
Yes.
He said, listen, if we're discussing elections, we will not be discussing with Nyesom Wike. He's not a member of our party. We would be discussing with Simnalai Fubara because he's a member of the All Progressives Congress right now. What do you make of that sentiment? And is that one that you share as well? Does Wike factor in any way when it comes to APC in Rivers State, in your view?
I think we're arguing what we don't need to overflux. Why did I say that? Wike is in PDP. And, we have registered members of APC in Rivers State. And we have many people that defected from PDP to APC in Rivers State, from the National Assembly, to the Senate, to the House of Rep. Allow me to discuss members of my party, not discuss people who are not members of my political party. So discussing people who are not members of my political party is like diving into what doesn't concern me. I'm jumping the fence. So allow me to discuss the members of my political party. I'm a chairman of APC, not chairman of all political parties in Nigeria.
Many people have said that this election...
All right, so you hear that thing where Oga Yewasta talk will be the chairman of APC. So we cannot be their member. So I beg, no bother my brain with him consign person will not be our member. Allow me talk to person will be our member. Exactly the sentiment when we say the national chairman of the APC also echo when it be say in fact, in response to that, yes, we can a long thread now use answer them. And the APC official APC handle, Twitter handle, nine Twitter, and then tag Oga Senator Bashir, then tag her. Now I say for the advocates of for the avoidance of doubt, our records indicate that Minister Nyesom Wike is not a member of our party, APC, so he lacks the locus to dabble into the affairs of the party. They tell him a lot of things. So. And as National Secretary of the APC, I am imbued with the responsibility to protect the interest of the party and all its members and structures. Hence, my comment regarding the affairs of the APC in Rivers State cannot for capital letter, cannot be an undue interference in the affairs of Rivers State. As National Secretary, my activities cannot be confined to my home state, Osun State, alone, because I'm not the Secretary of Osun State alone. He said quite a lot. He said from the records, in fact, for inside the statement where Bashir will declare that Wike has no standing to involve himself in any APC political matters until he formally joins the party. So when you join party, that time we will know whether okay, you be our member or you not be our member, or which position we will give you for the member. Whether you go be 001 or 0001. Okay. So he said it, yeah. And then he says, then he says, so he has no locus whatsoever to engage me in any political activity that concerns the APC until he joins the party. Secondly, I take strong exception to his allusions that I am interested in the 600 billion naira allocations of Rivers State. My records of service are those of integrity and not integrity and not integrity, and commitment to service. I'm sorry. So he says, I am not an opportunist, and I have never shied away from taking principled positions on any matter, no matter whose ox is God. As to his vowed threat against me, I am a believer in God, that only God can do something for somebody, no matter how highly placed. I am one of the young Nigerians that confronted military dictatorship I can't be bullied by anybody, no matter how highly placed. My records as National Secretary are above board, and I can't be queried by somebody who isn't a member of APC. Finally, my advice for him is that he should resign as minister and face his obsession with Rivers politics. Bashir said in that statement. That is, in case you don't understand that. He said the advice we will give Wike, Oga, resign from River State. Resign from as minister. Make you face your obsession with River State. Since River State na the only thing we study for all your life. If you don't fit do politics, you don't go fit chop, you don't study any other thing again, or you resign, make you go face River State politics. Since now waiting them born you for. River State na the only thing we don't give you food. Now River State make you all your life. Without River State, you don't go feed that life. So you must take government to be alive, or you resign, make you go face that politics so you do for River State. That's what he told him. Let's take a listen to Wike's outburst that cost us, that generated this result.
First of all, the problem in this world, in this country, when you see people who are better than you, instead of you to say, look, how will I be that way so I can grow? You begin to be jealous, envious of such persons. I challenge any state in this country today, if you don't have the capacity, put the two parties together and see what it takes.
Before they knock him one music, make I let you know what's in the name there. He means that he's the only politician in the whole of Nigeria, in the history of Nigeria, where don't win party for one, where don't win election for inside one election cycle for two different parties. He won for APC, he won for PDP. Nobody fit run am, only Wike fit run am. That is, he said presidency. Now you get this one, collect APC. Have other positions or your PDP collect this one. That nobody else can pull that. In fact, he go further by bringing both the PDP and APC chairman for the state. Come here, come show. And say anybody will fit run am, make he put APC and PDP together like that, make the person come show. But how did he win that election for the APC and the PDP? That's a question that keeps begging for answers. But let's go further to listen to what he said.
If you don't have the capacity, put the two parties together and see what it takes. This is the only state you can see the main two political parties working together. We did it in 2023. We said, President, you will take this one. The other party take this one. Let me say it happen. Where's the Tono Kocha? This is the chairman of APC. This is the chairman of PDP. Any state that can do it, tell them to come out. Not do cho. No be whoa. Yes, so we can our leader. No be cho. No be we can our leader. No be whoa. No be whoa. Yes, so we can our leader. No be cho. Yes, so we can our leader. If I don't say this, let me warn those who come to River State because you have heard about 600 billion. You come here, you commit. and you open your mouth to talk anyhow. I want to say it. You know, when you are doing something for the interest of everybody, some people will make sure those things don't work. I say it here, Victor, I want to say it here. Take this message. Tell your national secretary, leave River State alone. Leave River State alone. Go and ask those who have tried it before. Go and ask those who have tried it before. Kapinta, Birikila, Owa Pondale, Kamanga, Wakandalewa, Owa Pondale, Kapinta, Birikila, Owa Pondale. Kamanga, Wakandalewa, Owa Pondale, Kapinta, Birikila, Owa Pondale, Kamanga, Wakandalewa, Owa Pondale. Don't take our support from Mr. President for granted. You have to be careful the statement you make. You have to be careful. Today, you are enjoying in Osun. You don't know those who did the work. You open your mouth to talk about River State. Anything you see, take it. Anything you see, what? Take it. Agreement is agreement, yo. Agreement is agreement, yo. We don't reach it for settlement. You can't determine nonsense. Agreement is agreement, yo. When Mr. President comes back, when I see the Minister of the Economy, I will tell them to tell him, go and ask other people what has happened to them before. Putting River State, carry your hand to come to River State. If your hand burns, don't say the people no more. I can challenge anybody. This state is a no-go area. This state is a no-go area. Whether you like it or you don't like it or there. There. So, take the one you have taken. Stop making unnecessary comments. Take the one you have taken. Stop making unnecessary comments. If not, when I come out, so I'm not here and I want to tell anybody, begging. All we are here, we have taken a decision to support Aswa Jibola Ahmed. They fear you, they fear you, they fear you. And you're so wicked, they fear you. Come on, body, they fear you, they fear you, they fear you. And you're so wicked, they fear you. Come on, body, we agreed to support Ahmed Bola Tinubu in 2023. Nobody forced us. We are the first state that did it.
All right. Interestingly, that's not very close to my village. Iberu, that is where they were when they get this gathering. When they get. I don't want to say I'm very embarrassed to see youth that we're supposed to be gainfully employed. We're supposed to get something where they do with themselves, including elders. Where because some of them, in fact, most of them, senior wicked well. We're on a good day. We're supposed to be bend down. They greet them. Now people wait. They dance to shenanigans according to what people call shenanigans. So it's very disappointing to see this kind of thing that happen, and to see some people from my village that follow to do this kind of thing. Well, it is what it is. So now the level where politics don't reach with this, to the extent where we see, including people where don't become things before even we can try to venture politics. Now people will be saying now then this subject to yes some wicked directive. Why? Because of waiting food where person go chop from out. You see, I want prayer where I go pray for myself. Now make God no gree for this life. Make anything do me where be see because of food where I go pray for my mouth. Make I not get integrity. God don't agree. Anything will go make me not get integrity because of food, where belly face, may God command that in my front. At all, at all. Well, that is what played out. And of course, that, you know, say wicked day on almost local government to local government tour for inside River State. As the CEO of River State, in a tour village to village, local government to talk to them about politics and everything when they happen from inside the state. So now one of those gatherings where EBC visiting Doki for River State, for Iberun Doki, now they give this morning to the APC National Secretary. I don't know what I can say about the things that he said, but in the list, he very for the records. No, don't lord over the state successfully. Nobody don't lord over. No politician don't lord over River State successfully. As Wike don't even do. He's been very lucky to be successful. Nobody don't that successful as he did. And whether or not he would continue to be successful is what we do not know. And as they want the president to come on body, I hope say the president they also hear the tone and the language when they present the matter. Because some people go talk say now the smell of food, then they use no as it taste for mouth sometimes. So I hope say the president they see the body language, the tone where they use to talk to people around them. Because you know go change, you know go too far. If the president not doing it, he will change that tone. And for some people, we talk say, oh, the president owes him because he made the president, he rigged the River State election for the president by cancelling Obi's vote or adding Obi's vote to the president's vote. But the president himself also helped Wike votes in 2019. For people who don't know. Now, according to sources during the election for 2019, when Wike made sure that the APC did not have a candidate for governorship in River State, waiting with that man name, I'd always like to forget his name. A man from a particular political party was already winning Wike when the whole APC structure, led by Chibika Mechi, then throw their weight behind this man. When that man began win Wike, I hear saying a call from above. Then I hear say, now Oga President Bola Tinubu as a leader of the APC then, and I mean very influential still in politics then. And I think what was this man's name in the presidency that is dead? Say now them call the INEC chairman suspend the collation of results because the man had already won Wike in how many local governments? So if they had continued to release results, Wike was as good as gone. He wouldn't have won his second time, and perhaps he wouldn't have had this issue today. But it was, including with the help of the president, Bola Tinubu, that helped him. And according to sources, we carry that news. I mean, this story is everywhere. Saying that they help him. So if the president don't help him once, that means the president the president helped him once to come back or to gain his second tenure. He helped the president to become president. And the president in turn helped him to become minister, become influential today. So if he misused or if he has misused the opportunity of the ministerial position where the president gave him, if it hold the president accountable if he decides to take a decision about him and keep him aside. For those who feel say, oh, maybe the president's hand they tied in no fit, except there's a particular agreement where they get where they tie the hands of the president will make a no go fit do a way before him. That's now waiting people to talk. All of these things now political permutations, according to different levels of waiting people to talk. But waiting a lot of people know, they're comfortable with. Now the make us speak like my friend, braggadocious attitude of Wike and the way they talk like saying I be the Lord and personal savior of River State. Without me, nothing will happen for River State. And of course, our very joyful youth, they're really very creative for music. They use music, they back up for them. So they think they enter body well. Well, that's the drama there. But let me quickly let you in because rumors don't they carry and say, yes, in Wike they prepare in son to contest for Obiako House of Representatives. Now, he's not doing local government chairman. He's not doing House of Assembly. He's going straight to House of Rep, federal position directly. If his son there about 25 years old, and of course, he just graduated as a law student, we're talking saying no go practice law. And that's talking about him, Joaquin. Yeah. So, we're saying no go do law. Well, congratulations are on the way. Congratulations are on the way as yes, a consultation is already they go on currently with the FCT minister reportedly introducing his son to friends and associates as person will be saying go take charge of the constituency will cover inside Obiako for inside this 2027 election. Some people they talk say all these elderly men when they follow Wike in Waka, all of them. Are you saying that in the whole of Obiako there is nobody? By the way, Obiako is the biggest local government area. It's like the which is local government area for Lagos State again, I don't forget. the biggest local government area for inside River State. So are you trying to tell me that there is nobody in Obiako local government where don't they do politics since before Joaquin, where they qualify to take that position as House of Rep member? Are you telling me there is no other person to perhaps who's also as new as Joaquin, but who is more experienced in law than Joaquin, we will fit take over that position? So for all those people, when they follow them, they sing for them. I just want all of you to open your eyes well, because at the end of the day, because of food where you go chop, you go lose your entitlement, lose even your children own join together, and there is nothing you can do about it, because at the end of the day, now because of selfish interests. Oh, remember that there are things he had said in the past that indicates that. Remember when he took his kids, when he was taking his kids on tour of a project, when they asked him, say, why you carry your children go out, go tour? He said, what happened? Are they not Nigerians? Are they not Nigerians? Can they not go on tour? Remember that incident? Even when he carried them, go whether not Dubai, where been at China, where go, where he talks, saying, so why can he not carry his sons? What is wrong with him going out with his sons? What is wrong with him carrying his sons to go and go for summits and all that? Say they not be Nigerians, I've been an enemy for carrying. So stuff like that. So people don't talk, say we don't get deliberate by systematically showing children the way for leadership, and this may be the end goal. And people go talk, say, oh, perhaps he learned from Oga, the top President Bola Tinubu, where they carry his son Sheyi Tinubu hand by hand to where we don't hear say they prepare his son to as the governor of Lagos. So you see, at the end of the day, it is what it is, because I mean our interests, collective interests as individuals, no matter. They position Nigerians in a way that they will continue to rule and lord over you no matter what you do. No matter what you do, whether they rule you right or wrong, they would keep ruling you, because of course you don't know anything. You're expected not to know anything to be able to say anything. So because you have refused to know anything or to be able to say anything, you would continue to be. Once they give you small thing to put for mouth, PM, 2 cups of rice, you have to shut up and let them do what they have to do. When they finish with you, their children will deal with you as an old person. Then begin deal with your children again. Then their great-grandchildren will continue to deal with you until you open your eyes to know that every human being they equal. Until we get in Nigeria where we see somebody will become something irrespective of the family where you come from or the social strata where we say you find themselves. Because you don't define your social strata. Now God made a great family. Until we get that Nigeria where whether you poor or you rich or you go feel become something. Until then, we may just continue to be like this. Since nobody wants to say anything and people need a great talk, we're too weak to speak. They would continue to rule over you. I mean, we don't get a couple of them with their children in the National Assembly. You have Erofai, you have the Boris of this world. Then they're already. From there, by the time they go govern their states. By the time they don't contest for presidency. It happened with the Yaraduas. It will keep happening because of waiting. Our complacency as Nigerians and our lackadaisical attitude to taking actions will not submit to hold our leaders accountable. Will not fit up. So whether they do right or wrong, we'll just shut up and worship them the way we're worshiping them. Because I mean, after all, if you talk too much, they will come hold you. I am not saying that Nigerians should cause problem. No. What I'm saying is that let's hold our leaders accountable. Let's hold them accountable. I mean, leadership is all about social contracts. The contract to sign with them that say the resources all they give you, use them better our lot. Please tell me how our natural resources don't better the lot of the average Nigerian. How the resources, the oil, the gold, the other minerals who we get in their numbers, how they don't use better the life of one that Amajiri child where they one place. How you don't use better the child of that Pekin when no they school, where they help beg for food. How you don't use better the child of that Pekin where feed they sleep by this time of the night now. How has it helped? How has it helped that elderly? Where don't retire or where don't age but not get anything? You know, even forget surviving children to feed them. How has it? I mean, in the same country, people where don't old that they don't become government responsibility. They are taken care of by governments. It's either they are paid or they're in the hope for the elderly or something like that, funded by governments. But how Nigeria they used to take care of their own? You're taxing us. You're taxing us. Water we provide for ourselves. Light we provide for ourselves. Road they won't repair. I repaired the road to my house before my frontage. We repaired. All of us contributed and repaired. We repaired. So almost everything we do for ourselves. What will be the essence of the tax we will pay? What will be the essence of our natural resources we will hand over to honor? When we have a man carry school fees, pay in years in advance for children. We have one man use over 7 million, send only 4 children to school, to secondary school alone. What will be the essence of what we do? What will be the essence of the social contracts? when we get with our leaders, and nobody will ask them for accountability. Accountability is zero in this country, no matter. They go free, go to Dubai, go do their party. Let me not talk, Jerry. Let me go further with Wike's case. Now, the Minister of Federal Capital Territory, yes, Wike. So that Monday, don't celebrate the nominations of Senator Magnus Abe. Ally. Magnus Abe was the Secretary to the State Government, SSD, when yes, Wike was a local government chairman. In fact, yes, Wike is supposed to bend down the great Magnus Abe on a good day. Then not be made for politics. But here we go. Here you have it. Now, Wike expressed his Magnus Abe as the NUPR commissioner. And Wike expressed his gratitude to Tinubu for the appointment during his thank you visit to Ugubolo local government area of River State. Now, the minister also commended the nomination of Kenneth Kubani, another son of River State, both Ogoni men, as the non-executive member of the Nigerian midstream and downstream petroleum regulatory authority. So we don't know them because these two people now will be sons, and they get this position. So Suluke is happy about it. So even though you don't say that warning when Wike won also involved Tinubu somehow. The only thing he did not do was to mention the president's name, because he insulted Tinubu there. He said, no matter who you be, promote your hand for River State. That means he's indirectly warning the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to promote hand for River State. Saying not because of say we decide to support Tinubu. Because if we decide someone will support him, I hope the president is taking note of him. He's a guy man and a very intelligent man. So I'm sure he's taking note. By the way, speaking about Wike, former Nigerian ambassador to South Korea and coordinator of the renewed Hope Ambassador in River State, Desmond Akawo, away from Manindokita, by the way, has accused Governor Siminalayi Fubara of stalling development in Oyibo local government area since assuming office. Now, Akawo made the allegation today, Monday, during a thank you visit to Oyibo by the Minister of Federal Capital Territory. Now, thank you visit they call them, but this is clearly campaign visits, where you have people wearing uniform coming out to greet you, where you have all sorts of things happening, and you're talking about the election. Waiting that won't be, not the campaign. INEC, your eye don't see this one. INEC, your eye didn't see this one. No, make your eye this year. So Wike, so where Wike lamented, Akawa lamented that he described what he described as the absence of tangible progress in the council, that is the local government council area, under the current administration. And then, according to him, residents of Oyibo voted for Governor Fubara with the expectation that he would sustain and expand the development trajectory initiated by Wike during his tenure as governor. But said those hopes had not been met. Now, permit me to speak what he said quite a lot. Let me just leave it. He said so. So we hope that Fubara has heard. I beg, do the roads to my place. I won't go village peacefully. I beg. You said Fubara, hear word and walk. Work for your people. Don't do selective work. Don't do that work where you go do, say, oh, we did do this one because this people support me. Everybody. Now, the money of everybody for River State, they give you. They give you the money of people who support you alone. The allocation money they give you, not for those who support you alone. So you see this thing that we used to do, that for the 5% who did not vote for you, they would vote. Like the former administration once upon a time used to say. The dots in the circle and the 5%. Please, let that end. Because I've never seen anywhere in the world where, because a party did not vote for you, a particular state did not vote for a president, they would lack development because they don't vote for him. So, Governor Fubara, please work across board for everyone, whether they supported you or not, or whether they're supporting you or not. It's a legacy you leave. That now waiting a BC you use to make name for yourself. This politics of bitterness, so you be say you go impoverish and suffer people when not support you. Even when the money not be your personal fund. I don't know what we gain by doing that. But then let's move on. Still talking about River State. Fresh twist has hit the political war between the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory and Siminalayi Fubara following the arrest of a Port Harcourt-based medical doctor and pastor over an alleged plot to assassinate the former River State governor. So, security sources said that the operatives of the Inspector General of Police Intelligence Response Team have arrested one Dr. Tombari Joseph Benel, a medical doctor and founder of Life Forte Chapel Church, Port Harcourt, over an alleged plan to kill Wike. According to the sources, the arrests followed the interception of a phone conversation between Benel and the immediate past secretary to the River State government, SSG, Dr. Tammy Danago. Now, in the recorded conversation, the suspect allegedly discussed a plot to bring in Israeli nationals to carry out the assassination of the FCT minister. The discussion reportedly ended with an alleged plan to approach Governor Fubara for funding to execute the operation. Now, the content of the call was considered a grave national security threat, a senior security source said. That was what triggered the immediate action of the IRT. Now, following the intelligence report, operatives of the IRT, led by Commissioner of Police Ahmed Mohamed Sanusi, moved in and arrested Dr. Beno. He has reportedly been in detention for about 2 weeks now for attempting to try to kill Wiki. How dare you assassinate anyone? Security sources further disclosed that efforts are ongoing to arrest Danagugu, who is alleged to have gone underground since the matter came to light. Now, the Nigerian police, however, confirmed the arrest of the suspect, saying the individual is currently in custody while an investigation is ongoing. So so they said. Although the police declined to disclose further details about the suspect's identity or the nature of the alleged offense, sources familiar with the matter said detectives are working to establish the full circumstances surrounding the case and possible accomplices involved. Well, this is sad, just so you know. Now let's move on to other issues very quickly. Well, we hear that the sources told public concern and political debate have intensified over the composition of a key judicial interview panel, with critics alleging systematic insider dealing and appointing favoring connected candidates. And judicial sources said that the committee's composition was based on preferential treatment of insider candidates. The committee will be interviewing candidates for judicial positions. So just bottom line, they say committee is supposed to interview candidates for judicial position. But guess what? Some of the committee members, the children they involved, are among the people they want to interview. So people are like, what is the fairness in this? You're interviewing people, and then the king also there involved. Well, this is Nigeria now. This is Nigeria, where you have a wife or a husband in judicial position, the husband is a politician, like that. You remember one case like that? So I shouldn't be the one to tell you all of this. This is Nigeria, where anything, just absolutely anything goes. Now, speaking about Soludo, I'll be very quick with this. Make I not take your time. So we hear say on a governor of Anambra State, Governor Chukwuma Soludo, don't earmark 290 million naira only. 290 million naira only as money will be say we keep to use buy gates for 2 hospitals. Do you understand me? Gates for 2 hospitals for inside Anambra State, and it will go up 290 million naira. And people are saying that why that amount of money to buy gates alone? To buy gates alone, excuse me. According to the details we see the release here, 2 contracts valued at 290 million naira for the erection of gates alone for 2 hospitals. Well, for inside Kano State, we also get something similar happening with the 2026 budget, where you have 2 billion naira earmarked for generator maintenance. Not to buy you, to maintain generator. 2 billion, not million, 2 billion for 1 year, 1 fiscal year, 2 billion. Well, okay, did I tell you the case of a policeman attached to the area H Police Command in Ogudu, Lagos State, that has extorted $2,000 US, that's about 3.3 million naira from a couple they wrongfully arrested on December 18, 2025. According to report by the Foundation for Investigative Journalism, FIJ, the officers returned part of the seized amount after the incident was exposed on X, but they returned 2.2 million. I said, you know what, 1.1 million we don't share them. One another, we don't share them. So what we do for friendship, don't do for friendship. Make it for end like that. So I'm sure that I showed you an image of the president yesterday, where I told you that the president had tweeted that he had lunch with Paul Kagame of President Paul Kagame of Rwanda. And of course, they discussed over lunch. Yeah, so we had that conversation yesterday. I did a video about this, a detailed video about this. So if you've not watched the video, kindly go to my video session and just watch the video. So apparently, this image here, this picture here was AI generated. And you see, it don't raise a lot of controversy. When people talk about how on a forged picture use put for president, with the president's official social media handle. official social media handle. How not the forged picture to use it that kind of thing? Why not they do like that? So while some people are saying that, others are saying that. In fact, the thing don't raise a lot of controversy, including people even accusing Channels Television of aiding forgery. Because people said that, wait, channels. So what are you guys doing? On a cover up, on a crop out the part we carry the group logo, where they show say them forge and they use group edit the pictures or generate the pictures, AI logo. When I cover that part, that means you guys are aiding and abetting forgery. Now, abetting people, they accuse Channel Television of. Well, this raised a lot of controversy, and the one way shame me past, and the one way international community. Remember that Elias guy that is a US lobbyist, including Mark Arnold, the former mayor, we get problem with Reno Mokri, right? They don't use a year poster. If you see the things they said about our president because of the, in fact, Mark Arnold don't generate a lot of, you know, use AI generates a lot of pictures of himself and the president to show how much of a forger will be for inside Nigeria. This is so embarrassing. I did a detailed video about this in the afternoon. Please kindly go and watch it. I cannot speak so much about that now, so that I can move on to other conversations. So this don't raise a lot of controversy, even though the presidency don't come out come up say, okay, yeah. See, they used the AI. They used Brooke to use edit the picture because na phone they use take the picture, and because they use phone, the picture quality is very poor. So they use the AI use edit the picture to enhance the quality. So people are like, is this excuse is it tenable at all? I mean, are you telling us that the whole of the presidency, nobody get better phone, we get camera? Even this small iPhone X, small one, can get a better picture quality. So nobody for the whole of the presidency get a good phone, we get a good quality to use snap the president's picture. And I will call use one we get very poor picture quality. And then you now tell us that it's because you snapped it with a phone. Is that liable? You know, that's what we're like. Is that a liable lie? It's not liable, reliably liable. It's not that big. So people don't use and they talk to us and say no. But the most embarrassing thing about this is how these guys from the United States jumped on this and started talking about how this can happen because it is Nigeria. What do you expect? It is Nigerian president. Anybody can forge anything. Somebody who, in fact, that Elias guy said a lot. He said somebody who allegedly forged his Chicago State certificate going to power and is about to forge the 2027 election. You know, he said quite a lot of things, and that was so embarrassing. I did a video about it to go and watch. And then there was almost an argument between him and Bashir Ahmed, Buhari's former media, while Buhari stated that Nigeria is not Venezuela. You know, things that happen in Venezuela cannot happen in Nigeria. So yes, you're right. Nigeria is not Venezuela. Nigeria is worse than Venezuela because, I mean, Venezuela only has a drug lord as president, but it's not only do you have that in Nigeria. According to the guy, you see, the presidency has to come for these guys because this is too embarrassing for Nigeria. And if I were the presidency, I should come for these guys badly because you cannot be defaming a whole president of a country in that manner. And so not only do you have a drug lord as president, you also have somebody who has an alleged relationship with Boko Haram as vice. I beg, go watch the video within my video session, the last video I posted today. Everything did here. I mean, I have all the evidence of screenshot from their handles. So you not come you everything needed, the evidences, the conversation, the banter. It's so shameful and embarrassing. So you know why this is very hurtful and why I had to raise it again. At a time when it is almost most countries only systematically shut their doors at Nigeria or on Nigeria, and then when they get this kind of issue, they fair now. Is it the reason why once you present a Nigerian passport, they look you 2 times again to be sure of what? If you travel and see the way Nigerian passport is treated, you will understand why this is a very painful experience. So people from other countries to be speaking this way about us, they know they our store. They're not there on ground for our country. Why would they be speaking this much about our country? And the worst part of this is that another guy that is always very quick to responding to Peter Obi and all these presidential handlers, who they quick to responding to oppositions, ADC and Peter Obi and the rest of them when they talk, they haven't said anything to this man. Maybe they have and I haven't seen it. They haven't said anything to both Mark Arnold and that Elias guy. They haven't said anything to them. They just allowed them think and say whatever they would think. Even the man even challenged by another guy. When they talk, he tell and say, no worry. When the show say you're Ghana next, you will get the Venezuela treatment. And they cannot even say anything. They cannot say anything. So not only for where opposition did for Nigeria, they get mouths, they talk well. No, if I were the presidency, I would take a very decisive action about these guys. It's not because they're not Nigerians and they would have the right to say all what they have to say about our president. That's very painful. We're talking about the president of a sovereign country, for crying out loud. This is painful. You cannot be talking about a president of a sovereign country like that. And nothing. It's not fair. This is very unfair. So when I saw that, it was so painful, and that's why folks will perhaps just remember it again now. Even though the presidency gave these excuses, they can't say, this excuse when I give, no hold water. I don't go fish on those pictures. They get to, if you see the pictures, okay, they go put picture of Kagame with cocaine for table, dollars for corner. Arnold, why, Mike Arnold, why are you doing this? They did all of that. I still maintain that the presidency should call these men to order, because they are beginning to defame and embarrass Nigeria too much, way too much. And they should do something about them. This is too much. As a concerned Nigerian, when they carry Nigerian passports, the thing they pay me, now wait till make me little. So I just thought to raise that. But if you want to see details of that conversation, is in a video that I posted this afternoon. So kindly go look it up and then see if it has details of the conversation, details, video and picture evidences full there. So kindly go and look it up. Okay. So let's move on to other issues very quickly, as it's got to do with insecurity now. As we hear say, terrorists have attacked on Guwar Dauda community for inside Duke ward of Funtua local government area of Katsina State, injuring 2 residents and abducting no fewer than 20 others. No fewer than 20 others have been abducted. No fewer than 20 others. See it? Oh, it's a pity. But that's not all. We also did hear that no fewer than 9 Nigerian soldiers have been confirmed killed. 9 of our gallant soldiers confirmed killed following an explosion involving improvised explosive devices, IEDs, near Gubbio in Borno State. Now, a top military source disclosed details of the incident during an exclusive interview today, Monday, with Sahara reporters. And this is painful. 9 of our soldiers, in fact, we hear say, one of the soldiers, we say the same effect, was married. Lance Corporal Alhaji Mal Idris Alkali Musa. He got married just 8 months ago. And this has happened to him. He died fighting for Nigeria. The wife don't become a widow. Died fighting for Nigeria. This is so sad. And then terrorists have attacked the busy Isanlu Isin Umuaro road in Para, kidnapping at least 4 persons in the early hours of today, Monday. You see, back-to-back insecurity reports, that's what they get at. In fact, one of the people that we talk say will be the victim of the Niger State attack, terrorist attack, inside Kasuwa, Daji, local government area, Niger State, Mohammed Suleiman. He described the devastating impact of the raid. He said, in fact, over 40 people now you say they kidnapped. He said, only the cloth we wear for body now you get, you don't get any other property again. He lost everything. Remember, they raised houses. He lost everything. Wow. All right. Okay, lots of crazy things happening in Nigeria. It's just so painful to hear all of this happening. And so we hear that the Nigerian human rights activist Agena A. Roberts has criticized the United States over its sustained actions against Venezuela, describing Washington's posture as hypocritical, imperialistic, and a dangerous threat to global sovereignty. So this is one I do want to not try and call Nigeria, because you wait on a feed down. If on a feed down to Venezuela, on a feed down to Nigeria, why can I not try this thing coming to Nigeria? We can just end up here. And then, I told you the Nigeria ranks 5th best English-speaking country in Africa and 29th globally in the world, if that's anything to celebrate. And the Nigerian police officers caught demanding 50,000 naira bribe at Anambra checkpoint over tinted glass for meat. And then, talking about Venezuela, the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres today Monday issued a stark warning on the Security Council, saying the recent United States military action in Venezuela risks deepening instability in the country, destabilizing the wider region and undermining the foundations of international law. But what then? What do you do? If another country then where the sanctions will follow, can that sanction follow for United States? Now, because they've been the greatest form of funder, why don't we follow? Okay, let's move on to other issues. By the way, what's with that their neighbor? they don't talk, say they're ready to give their blood to protect their country. Say no matter what's in the happen, make sure even think of bringing that to what they do near them in Cuba and that they are in Colombia rather, that they're ready to give their blood to protect their country. Oh, by the way, before we get to EFCC, there is a conversation I'd like us to have, as this has been very interesting. Now, Professor Chido Dinkalo had an interview with the former chairman, the former media aide to Vice President Yemi Oshibajo, Naulu Akonde, where he did say, when Lulu they asked him, say, why President Bola Tinubu never told anything concerning the whole US strike will happen, the whole Venezuela incident, he didn't even address us for nearly what did they happen, what should happen. Here is what Chido Dinkalo responded. Take a listen to this conversation.
The fact that you have the US president, first of all, he was the one that told us about this attack. You know, I could let that slide, you know, because I personally think that the people who are victims don't care where the help comes. I understand the contradictions and our failure, but those people need some succor. If the US intervention will bring it, fine. But what I find worrying, personally, Prof, is that our president has not spoken at all. He didn't make a broadcast, you know, and I'm told that he didn't make a broadcast also last year. And then he has left the country, you know, about the same time without saying a word. And then Anthony Joshua got involved in an accident, and then the president made a call to Anthony Joshua and put it out to us. Now, I mean, I'm not saying the president shouldn't call Anthony Joshua. Of course, he should. But how come we are hearing from our president about Anthony Joshua and he's not telling us a thing personally about the fact that we have America sending bombs to our territory? No word, no explanation, no accountability. What is responsible for that, in your opinion, Prof?
If I give the answer that I'd like to give, you know, people may get excited, but I think it is fundamentally because Tinubu does not need Nigerian votes to be president.
Oh, wow, but he does need it. He must get it.
No, he does not need Nigerian votes to be president. Tinubu needs judges and INEC to give him a result. If you need votes of your people to be president, he will not be, with profound respect, acting with this degree of irresponsibility and utter disregard for the worth and well-being of Nigerians. No. It is because at the end of the day, let us all be honest. What he needs are the judges and INEC. And if votes counted, Nigerian politicians would not be as irresponsible, from the president down, will not be as irresponsible as they are to behave as if Nigerians do not count. Because for good or for ill, and I agree with you, you know, people, you know, I've spent most of my life working on atrocities and insecurity across the world, and particularly across the African continent. And when you look at the situation, you know, Sudan, in Darfur, for instance, or indeed in the north of Ethiopia, in Tigray, in Sierra Leone, Liberia, where we had the situation in West Africa, you know, in the last decade of the last millennium, the fact is people who are in trouble, or indeed in the Great Lakes of Africa, right? People who find themselves at the receiving end of a challenging situation do not mind where help comes from. I totally agree. But when that help involves something on the scale of a missile strike on your territory, you do expect that your president will be responsible enough to face his people and say, this is what transpired. And that, to not do that, to not think he owes Nigerians that, and to then leave the country. And while all of that is taking place, what happens? They issue a statement on a $1 billion financing arrangement for the so-called coastal road. They found time to do that. They found time to attend AO in Lagos they found time to commiserate with Anthony Joshua publicly. But the president has not said anything about the situation. That, for me, is the most eloquent, as I said, of New Year statements and New Year messages. It says the man does not think Nigerians matter.
All right, so that was Professor Chidi Odinkalo, and so listening to what he had to say, would you agree or perhaps not agree with what he said? He said the president does not need your vote as Nigerians. If he need your vote, he will behave by saying need your vote. You see empathy, you would see care, you would see concern, you would see uprightness, you see some sort of accountability. But when all of this is absent, do you think he really cares about you? You think he really cares about your vote? I mean, you don't need much of votes to win election in Nigeria, do you? That's the question. Because once you have the INEC by your side, and then you have INEC by your side, and of course you have the judiciary to affirm anything when INEC release, then you're good to go. Then you don't get problem winning the election. But it is embarrassing. So we don't reach in a country where we say this can now be a public knowledge that this is the easiest way to win election. It is very embarrassing. So this is the democracy we're defending. The democracy where it is not public knowledge that you actually do not need the vote of the people to win election, but you just need to have an INEC announce you as the winner and the judiciary affirm you as that winner. So whether you win in real terms or not, it doesn't matter. If this is the kind of Nigeria we are in now, and this is actually the kind of Nigeria that politicians are still fighting to continue to lead us in this same way, then it's very shameful and very embarrassing. But then do you agree less with him? Because how else do you react to some things going on? I mean, we've had the INEC spokesperson coming out to talk about the different cases that they had before them. How the case of Betta Edu, waiting make Betta Edu case never be prosecuted, and because they never finish investigation. So they have to finish investigation before they take her to court. So they never finish it. For almost 2 years, Betta Edu case still they go on undergo investigation. Almost 2 years. Oh, but you were quick with Malami's investigation and took him to court. But 2 years now, they never finished investigation. You were even so quick to take waiting be her name. Carry the matter, buy the matter of Akpabio from Natasha hand, take her to court. Until Akpabio had to beg her for the case to be released. But you could not take Betta Edu to court. Oh, so you were quick to finish the other people's investigation and take them to, because how were you able to ascertain that it was a defamatory case against Akpabio if you didn't do investigation to know it was defamatory before you took up the matter? That's the question. Well, let's listen to the spokesperson of EFCC. I see they talk about. And then when they get to do, the bias, and this is what people they talk about, because it comes like a double standard. When it comes to Betta Edu and what they call on Yahya Bello, they say, oh, Yahya Bello's case is that he's still innocent until proven guilty. Yahya Bello is innocent until proven guilty. Betta Edu case, they never do investigation yet. The same Yahya Bello, where the chairman of EFCC once swore that he will not have the moral standing to investigate any other case of any other person for corruption if he no prosecutes Yahya Bello. In fact, I give on evidence when you talk about. They said the chairman of EFCC now said that. Take a listen.
If we don't see this case through, I won't have any moral right to accuse anybody of corruption in Nigeria. I will resign. Do you know how much has been lost to corruption in this country? You know how much? If we allow this thing to go this way, I don't have the moral right to run after anybody to say I want to investigate anybody in Nigeria. We better proscribe the FCC. If anybody will be taking us to clean us, because I'm telling you we are flouting law. Which law did I flout here? I've read it to you now. Which law did I flout? And he gave us, this is it, he gave us a warrant of arrest. A Federal Republic of Nigeria, not even FCC. In other words, this is binding on all forces, all law enforcement forces in Nigeria. Federal Republic of Nigeria versus Yahya Bello. Anywhere you see him, arrest him and present him before this court. This is our order. This is the enrolled order. Push to even the pronouncement of the High Court of Kogi So where have you gone wrong? What has EFCC gone wrong? I understand some of the people that we thought are crusaders, they are on the payroll of the man. And that's the truth. We are investigating it. Everyone who was involved in obstructing the arrest. We don't see this case through.
Well, that was the chairman of the EFCC complaining about Yahaya Bello's case and how he gets the moral right to investigate any other person if he no finish the case of Yahaya Bello. This, again, I was in the spokesperson of EFCC talk today for inside an interview with Arise Television for their morning show. Take a listen.
Well, if you look at it, EFCC in the last few weeks or months have taken high-ranking members of the ruling party and charged them to court for corruption. And we have not heard any member of the opposition come out to say, why did you take those officers?
Who are some of these ones? Can you name some of them? Can you name some of these high-profile members of the ruling party?
I believe that as journalists, you are aware of that.
No, please go ahead.
For instance, he's a member of the APC. He was charged to court. And I also know that in December, a former Minister of Aviation, who many of you thought that the case had died, was also taken to the court for alleged corruption. Those are ranking members of the ruling party.
Some people didn't say some of the ministers.
And there are also a number of them, but also...
Mr. Wujaren, let me remind as well. Okay, let me just chip in a name so you can continue answering. Like the former Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, for instance, is still under. I don't know if you conducted an investigation or so. Those are the kind of names and people that were accused, but we haven't heard anything yet.
Just give me time to learn. I'm coming to that. So we have taken on those ones, and I think we should run away from being trapped. I think the strategy that members of the opposition who are making all these allegations want to do is to use that to intimidate the EFCC, so that once you make this kind of allegation, somebody will say, no, don't touch the members of the opposition. If you investigate them now, they will say you are going after the opposition. We should not force ourselves into a corner where we cannot. It will now seem as if once you are in the opposition, you have immunity against investigation. That should not be. Anybody, whether you are in the ruling party or you are in the opposition, if you violate the law, if you are found to be culpable, the commission can move against you. You are talking about people that we have investigated who we have not taken to court. There are quite a number of them that we have investigated. The matters are not. It's not as if we have forgotten about them. I'm sure that the executive chairman has come out to explain why, for instance, issue of Betedu, for instance, has not gone to court. There is the former governor of Delta State, for instance, Okowa, we have investigated, we have not taken him to court. There are reasons why these cases have not gone to court. For instance, I am aware, for instance, that in respect of Okowa, for instance, there are foreign angles of the investigation that we are looking at. Letters have been sent to our counterparts in foreign countries that we are waiting responses from them, banks in foreign countries that we are waiting responses that we have not gotten, which is the reason some of those cases have not gone to court. The same thing with Betedu. I recall my chairman explained that most of the bank accounts that we are investigating, there are over 40 bank accounts that the commission is looking at, that we have not finished those investigations. And if we say, okay, because people are saying, why have you not taken them to court? And you stampede us to take them to court. And then those cases are thrown out. The same media that is asking this question will also accuse us of not doing thorough investigation before taking those cases to court. Criminal investigation can take a long time, for instance, before you charge people to court. The fact that we have called you to interview does not mean that once you come to AFCC, next day charges will be filed. But what Nigerians should know is that EFCC does not close criminal matters, and criminal investigation is not status barred. It can take a number of years, for instance, before you charge somebody, but that does not mean those cases are forgotten. I will give you one example: the case of the former NSTSF executive chairman, Ngozi Olojeme. That case, the investigation began in 2015. Now, many people thought that we have forgotten about the matter, but last year she was charged to court. So sometimes investigation can take time if you want to do thorough job, and that is the decision of the executive chairman, Mr. Alalukunle. He said he's not going to be in a hurry to charge. He's a lawyer. He said he's not going to be in a hurry to charge matters to court, except he is fully satisfied that we have all the ingredients that will sustain criminal prosecution in court. That is when we will go to court. But the fact that people are making allegations that you are targeting opposition political leaders should not be an immunity against investigation and prosecution of anyone who is found to be culpable in terms of criminal corruption-related allegations.
All right. So, but wait, with all this also you talk now, I want to ask, which time wait them use conduct investigation, detailed investigation into a Emefiele case before they apprehend them? I mean, Emefiele was apprehended within 3 months of President Bola Tinubu's administration. So it took 3 months for them to conclude investigation for inside the Emefiele case and arrest them, and then they go on prosecution till now. And for almost 2 years, better I do, because 40 bank accounts are involved, we're still not. Come on. And see the excuse when you give about Okowa, Ifeanyi Okowa's case. Oh, because there are some international companies and all that. But other people don't call, oh God, this your excuse is not excusable now. You know now. So is it that you soft pedal a little bit because the person just gets more connection with the presidency at that time? So you soft pedal. Because this excuse is not given. Like I use, the company is not giving that. Now what's in Jersey they talk? It's not fair. Now these are the reasons we make people be talk, say, it be like saying one person don't join the ruling party, it might be soft pedal for which one do. You know they fair. And we shouldn't have a country where this kind of thing would be obvious. There are a lot of other people, including people who did this current administration, and people don't already talk before, say, when I don't even want to put either where that matter there at all. Why? Because it be like say they did or they did the ruling party. You know they fair now. When things begin to happen like this, and then people begin to have opinions, and you cannot blame people for the opinion where they get. Let's listen to more of what he had to say.
Well, thank you, Dr. Abati, for the question. As far as constitutional immunity is concerned, there's no debate about that. Governor Bala Mohammed has immunity under the Constitution, but I'm sure he's also reading that provision upside down. Constitutional immunity does not stop law enforcement from investigating any governor or even president and the vice president. There's no jurisprudence as it is that says EFCC cannot investigate Bala Mohammed, or that a charge should not include the name of a serving governor. We are not prosecuting Bala Mohammed. Bala Mohammed is not on the charge filed against officials of the Bauchi State governor. And the most important thing, as far as we are concerned, is the allegation that is making about alleged partisanship on the part of the commission. And we take great exception to that allegation, because if there's anything going for the EFCC, is the independence of the agency. In the over 20 years that we have been in existence, I don't think we have given any indication that we are politically biased in carrying out our duty. In fact, politics has no business, no place in the work of the EFCC. Really? And like we said in the statement that was issued moments after he made that allegation, I think it was a little bit, with due respect to His Excellency, it was a little bit reckless to come out with that kind of allegation. Especially the claim that the commission is acting at the behest of the Minister of the FCT, Mr. Nyesom Wike. I thought that was a bit derogatory. Mr. Wike is the Minister of the FCT, and I don't think that the EFCC is a parastatal of the FCDA that the minister can dictate to. We are not an institution under the supervision of the FCT minister, and so it was a little bit shocking to see a governor making that kind of allegation that a minister is dictating to the FCC. How? Where? EFCC, for the benefit of our viewers, does not take dictation from any political office holder. The law that established the commission, the EFCC Act, makes us an independent body. And Section 6 of that Act specifically states the mandate of the commission, the functions of the EFCC. If you look at the Section 6 of the EFCC Act, EFCC is set up to fight all economic and financial crimes. And there are a number of laws that the commission is set up to enforce. We can only come against you when you are in violation of some of those laws. Time will not permit me to list those laws because there are actually very many, and they have grown in terms of size and proportion since that law came into existence. But EFCC will not knock on your door except you are in violation of that law. And for the facts available to us, Nigerians already know the facts that we have placed before the court. The Federal High Court in Abuja, we have 2 charges pending before Justice Enyi at the Federal High Court. And the information is now in the public domain. People can access the charge and decide for themselves whether what we have placed before the court is a product of vendetta or a product of careful investigation by the EFCC. And I think I should also make this point that politicians should leave EFCC out of their campaign. We are not in the political fray. People should not drag the commission into politics because we don't want to be there. We are not supposed to be there and we will not be there. Right. But the fact that you are in a political position should also not be an immunity from prosecution or for investigation if you violate the law. Yeah. Okay. What should interest Nigerians is the fact that the commission is trying to enforce laws that will make sure that people who find themselves in position of authority don't dip their hand into the treasury and waste our resources.
All right,
and
okay.
That is the thing that I think should actually interest all of our citizens.
All right, so that here you are, you don't see the person who put up inside EFCC, explaining. EFCC has never, since when they born them, they never interfered. No politician don't fit everything to do before. Nothing. They can even swear with them. Say nothing happened. They never ever tried it before. Nothing. They never picked one before. Okay. Well, make I just quickly jump on other conversations. Phone lines are open, please, Nigerians. Feel free to jumping in a conversation. 0817029407. That's the number to call. So Yahaya Bello he is innocent until he is proven guilty. We don't sin until they're proven guilty. But for others, so they don't hold for now. And let's assume that they are also guilty until proven innocent before going release. Is that not the case? All right. 0817029407. That's the number to call. Call us on WhatsApp, or better still, join the link on the pinned post, and the link will bring you straight into the studio to be part of the conversation. So the link will carry you straight into the studio. We're on talks. We're on talks with Ogabolaji Abdullahi to see if he can join us tomorrow or next on the show so that we can ask on some questions concerning the ADC and the way forward, especially because this year, political year, let's know how the ADC is preparing as a political position to take over power. So if that conversation will go tomorrow, I'll let you guys know ahead of time. And if you will go tomorrow, it will be by 6:30 p.m. tomorrow. Okay, so moving on. Political activist and public commentator Shehu Makdi has criticized Bola Tinubu's tax policy, describing it as senseless and godless and harmful to the livelihoods of Nigerians. Now, in a series of posts on Twitter, Makdi accused the federal government of imposing what he termed punitive taxes that would worsen economic hardship. Makdi, in his post, tagged the policy as tax terrorism, tax banditry, tax forgery, and tax robbery. Say God can reverse it. Yeah? God can reverse what? Okay. All right now. Now, this attack will happen for inside Niger State on Saturday. Did you know that some of the students that would have been captured for that Papre school for Niger State, some of them were also part of the people recaptured during that incident again on Saturday, as we did here. Now, some students of St. Mary's Private Catholic Primary and Secondary Schools, Papre, in Agwari local government area of Niger State, are among the villagers abducted by terrorists in the area on Sunday, residents have said. So for those of you that get doubt whether that incident involved more of Christians or Muslims, I guess it's as good as ours now. Because if you get quite a number of the people, there would be some of the children that would be from St. Mary's Catholic School. They were captured again for this incident. I pray that this time they come back and right. This is such an unfortunate incident, and how people with features deal with this kind of issue. Really, they're crazy. Did I also tell you, that at least 6 Nigerian soldiers, 8 of them were killed through that explosive device with the march from Borno, the Boko Haram. Now, barely 48 hours after deadly attack on Kashiwak Daji market in Bronco local government area, gunmen also again struck the area, targeting a mobile police checkpoint in New Kali, Wawa Ward. Now, sources told EIT that the attackers stormed the checkpoint in the early hours of Sunday, January 4 at about 12:30 a.m., setting fire on the officers' living quarters, destroying farm produce and looting personal belongings. Again, that same place. So as that thing happened, when President give order, say, let Nigerian military, DSS, ICPC, everybody join together, we're going to make sure so now guard everywhere we get. He never took him talk finished. He attacked him, repeated again. This time in a police station. In a security, like, what the heck can you guys do? Tired. Let me protect my mental health. Okay, so INEC is promising justice as Labour Party protests exclusion of candidates in the ballot for the FCT elections. And then the UK has introduced power to seize phones, SIM cards from illegal migrants. Let me just end it here and take your calls, Nigerians, so that we can get going this evening. Good evening, T.Y. Danjuma. Happy New Year again.
Good evening, Precious. How are you doing?
2 days, I'll be 3 days. We didn't hear from you.
I did background, they listen to you.
Welcome.
How you doing?
I suppose give updates. I did fine. I suppose give updates on our matter. So I spoke with Asabe. I had a video conversation with her. I recorded it, but I've not had time to edit it. Please permit me. My head is full. But the reason I have not even edited it and decided to share here is because we have another assignment. So she was saying that, I mean, she narrated very horrible audio. By the way, she has almost half of her body burnt from that incident. Almost half of her body being burnt, and she's still in pains. So I had to beg Barrister Jugo to help me, one, get a therapist, and somebody to where they will feel learn skills acquisition from there for the other women, and then help look for the hospital around where she can go for treatment again. Because obviously for her to steal the few things from those burn scars, there must be something going on internally. So he's helping me source for that. Until he gets back to me, I may not be able to give further updates. And then she has 2 surviving children and not 1. 3 of her children died in that incident. One of the surviving is a daughter that is 20 years. She's just 38 years old, I mean 35 years old. She already gets a 20-year-old baby. She already gets a 20-year-old child. And her 20-year-old became, during that incident, get belly, then pursue her, go meet the man, give her belly. That's why the girl was not a victim of that incident. So that girl, the girl is alive, and then the last child who survived the incident. So there is also need to put the last child in school, which I have told her that I'll take responsibility for the child's schooling for as far as I can handle. So I pray God helps me do that, because I also have a lot of responsibilities myself. But I just had to assure her that I'll do that so her mind can, calm down. And then they're talking about the house to move her to. She said that her husband was building, I think, 3 blocks of self-contained in Jos before he died, and that they were almost close to completion. So that instead of us to use the money to rent, that she would have preferred to complete at least 1 block from that, so that they can move in and know it's their house. So, but I can't just do that arbitrarily. Again, I also told Barrister Jugo to send people to see the building and then cost it. Let's know how much it would take us to finish it. Like I know whether the money I get go fit afford to fit down. Or if you not go fit finish them, if you just pay for 1 year, you gather money again to complete the house. So this now waiting make the matter depending. I just thought to give updates, but I have all this conversation in recording and good.
Well done. It was good speaking with her. So I mean, you can have
so young,
an idea.
I'm sorry to say, so young, but almost so old because of condition, and it just got me very teary.
It's a shame. It's a shame. You have to try and put out the video so that people will go here and maybe they also probably like to buy.
Spoke in Hausa, so Barrister Jugo was interpreting for us during the class.
If you put it out, it will reach out to so many other people, and we might just have people who want also to contribute to helping her. Great job. Thank you.
I'll do that. Thank you.
Yeah. Your birthday, you're still in the euphoria of birthday.
And I don't finish. I don't birthday. I need to end.
Okay, well, thank God. Many more years of joy, peace, and happiness.
Amen.
Yes. Thank you. I just want, talk about our sheikh. Yes, I don't want to talk about, I don't want to offend you, I don't want to talk about our big brother, 001, the one that claims to be 001, Mr. Integrity. I think the abuse wearing Bata give him down, it's too much. Mbata, the thing when Mbata do is no good at all because the way, yeah.
Who be Mbata?
Senator Mbata now.
Who him be?
You dey tell me you don't know your people again. As the naked Wike, you know, pull out for ground the thing get as it be.
You naked them? How?
Naked and well now. Come give an life history how they wash car for them. Should be you know all those you don't talk about.
I don't know what you talk about though. I the video where I get. I don't know what I'm saying. Talk about. I play that video. Make I look what I'm saying. I don't understand what you
One of the signs of very poor education and upbringing is that you can't even pronounce simple words. What's the meaning of integrity? What does that mean?
That's good.
Can somebody tell this semi-illiterate, swashbuckle,
oh God,
crisis loving, gentleman that this River State belongs to all of us, not him alone, and that we will resist you. You won't get away with all this nonsense you're doing. You think because nobody's talking to you. You're a very, very big fool and idiot.
Oh God.
We have forgotten the days you used to wash my car. And I used to feed you and pay your school fees. Think you can talk to me anyhow. You're just an idiot.
I still don't understand so much, but it's okay. Just go ahead because
this now knockout. Nobody don't talk to your brother like this one. Nobody don't talk to nobody don't talk to your brother like this. And I'm not sure say you don't reply. Because this one now knockout punch, now soccer punch, now you give him.
No, there's a reply to that conversation. You know, hear that reply.
The one where they beat me. A big man.
No, there was a reply to that conversation where he said, person when they wash your car don't rise to the level of I think I saw a reply to that conversation. He said, I don't know much things going on. No. I know that much things like that really happen. But I can look at that and get a reply. I don't know. I think that's something that looks like a reply. I'm not quite sure.
They try for River State too. No, they try well. No, they try.
That's the way make me wrong come Lagos because they don't understand. If you don't
Ubara won't they there, you know, 001, who be 001, who not be 001, this one day, and they go find trouble go look for, leave River State, go Yoruba land, go look for, you see Yoruba beware, go look for another man trouble again. Where they say make a come out hand for River State. Now what for now?
She say, now we do the work for sure. Okay, now, I think this is a reply.
Sent a video to me where somebody was ranting that the semi-illiterate, I have no problem about that.
You see,
at least semi, not that I'm fully literate. I've tried, it's not. Said I was washing his car, fine. Somebody who was washing his car has grown to be chairman of council, to be governor, to be two-time minister. And somebody who has not even got into this level is saying I was washing his car. I don't want to go into those kind of things. Say, I'm a gentleman. That's what he said. That loves Christ. Can a gentleman love Christ? Somebody who said that the semi-literate is saying that a gentleman that loves Christ. The person who read to the moon, making such contradiction. So you can see in politics that when you are, what I ask is, I was chairman of council. Ask me when I was chairman of council, what did you do for the people of Omoye? Ask me when I was minister of education, what did you do for River State?
Okay, make I end that.
Ask me when I was governor.
What? They don't pay me for publicity.
The only good thing when he give an I say the gentleman. But I think he was just being charitable because the abuse and the cost too much. We cannot handle this kind of thing. This one I hot Not yeah, we want put for him out, to job. But anyway, make we leave matter. The other person where at the pity too, where we don't dey in trouble. Now she go be. I don't see the things where they write how they tell and say like say in name they among those that they don't.
You don't deny and say no, make the video. Saying no.
They say.
You deny the video, so they say no talk like that.
You say not talk like that. There's so many things where they say where you not talk. They say delete. You didn't say you not delete. You not delete any.
I say no delete. You not fit deny them now. You see, suppose they're not there again now.
They say you not delete anything.
That deleting one, they need to fit deny that one. You dey there, you delete.
So
the way you talk about US, no dey there again. They don't come over.
Well, Nigeria where the Google Gazette where they no approve. The Google talk say president go Europe. Meanwhile, he dey somewhere. Meanwhile, they get meeting with the Bigami. They deny him whether he get or he no get. We don't know. With even the ESF say like say go meet the Paul to tell and say I know say you and other Trump na party.
Yeah, but when you deny, say no be make that video. You just talk saying an old video when make sense for another conversation. So people just misunderstand that to be waiting to talk now. So that's what you
excuse me. You're not allowed in. Okay, go. Yeah. So the thing where would they see be say there's so many go fit know which one be good. From both the top down to the bottom. You not gonna know the one where the truth. I want to ask you, because you didn't know. Did the president meet Kigami or did not meet Kigami?
According to AI group, will not be me. AI say from waiting in gather from the presidency, not us see them meet too. AI say from waiting in gather from the presidency, the statement. So it be like say the meeting actually happened for inside France.
Okay.
With Macron. And so AI talk. So
and they sit down, they eat. They eat.
So no, AI no talk say they eat. AI they say eat.
But you see plate, yeah, I'm missing one white.
AI talk that one AI. AI come to say the picture say na him generator. That picture we did there.
And I generator. Plus why that AI is too wicked. Why you put white thing on top of the Ogato?
No, another people come the user. I said go. You don't see the video what I do this afternoon. Go watch the video. Because people like Mike Arnold now they come put white thing inside plates. Come put there to show and say that this picture one I generate. You go feel help and make them fine. They come put words of dollar on top of the table to show they say now white thing and dollar they deal with. So they feel also help them with it. So that's not the original copy. But waiting Nigerians come the action now. Okay, so now you don't tell us what you will be seen and the edited version. Oh yeah, I beg Governor Amonike, give us the original. They never fit the original when they say the picture quality they bad. Since they say the picture quality of the original they bad, now maybe they use AI editor. They never give us a picture of the original. Just delve to this person briefly, no vex. Hello, good evening and welcome, sir. Sir?
No best for me, please. No best for me.
I get to tell a whole Ogati why don't you to bad break, make I talk to you. Welcome, sir.
I know, I'm a jealousy guy now.
Yeah, see the jealousy.
I'm jealous now.
Yeah, on the drag land. On the drag land of the election.
I like the way just Danjuma.
Yeah.
I just come in now. You don't say I don't follow you.
Okay.
And I've been not following because of all this UK activities. I'm coming from Grantham right now.
Mm-hmm.
I just entered Sheffield right now, so I don't know.
Okay, guys, I'm going to end this and I'm going to see you guys later. I'm going to come out later because we have a few more things to talk about. But thank you to all those that joined the stream. Appreciate it, and we'll talk some more. Romari, good to have you back, sis. Happy New Year. Good to hear. It's been a while. All right, guys, thank you very much. Oh, by the way, the poll, 61% in support of ADC. That's good. and 39% says no. Oh well, it is what it is. All right, we'll see you shortly.